So I'm a recreation therapist, and I work out of the Hero Center in the community, and it's for Waypoint Centre. So we're a rehab location basically. So we're in a mix of employment, education, and recreation. So we basically service the clients that are living in the community with mental health. I currently run about 4 to 5 programs in the community where I collaborate with community resources. So what we try to do is we try to connect the clients in the community with resources in the community to help them thrive, right? So if they enjoy art, we go, okay, well we just happen to be running an art group at a Quest Art that it's all about empowering people and giving back, and so we connect them to those types of resources. Some of our clients are handling it better than I anticipated because a lot of them don't have they're not usually self-motivated unless there's things happening where we can kind of get them connected to things. So a lot of times they're not coming out unless they know that there's a planned activity going on in the community or they're involved in a group on a regular basis. So knowing that that's come to a standstill, yes, it has impacted, I would say, at least half of our clientele population. So right now my caseload is about 175. I deal with about 10 group homes in the Simcoe County. They're being more impacted because they're being almost put into a lockdown situation where they don't just want them leaving the home environment, right? So that's changing their mental health because they're used to getting out on a regular basis. Our clientele that are living in the community independently, some of them were getting out 3 to 4 times a week, engaging in programming. Now they've got nothing going on. So for them, yeah, that's been a challenge because now they're in a place where they have maybe no friends, no family. So you're the only source of their connecting. I knew right away that once the community programs came to a close, so once the agencies we collaborated with, so we were collaborating with the shelter and the guest house and Martyr Shrine, we did a garden program. So we had a ton of community collaborations going on. So once that came to a standstill, we knew that, okay, what are we going to do? Like, what am I going to do going forward? Because there's a great need out there, and we can't just stop and not figure out how to reach out to these folks, right? And let them know that we're still here and we can still provide some services, just in a different way. So I thought, you know what? Why don't we come up with a system in which we can provide little kits that inside those kits we have some resource material that they can reach out for free mental health services, resources that they can do to get connected to art that some of them have been connected to in the community, ways to connect with their families. And so we just basically came up with these, they're like, we call it kits of kindness because in there we had little inspirational messages. So we'd say, here's some chalk, go out and write something you're grateful for and thank the people that are frontliners that are helping us get through this. And then we gave them like construction paper where they could, how you see the hearts that people are placing on their windows, put those out, show that you care. So we were trying to come up with like ways to engage them and to think in the positive, right? How can we know we're not doing okay right now, but how can we, give back in a way that makes us feel good? And then also to know that we're here. So they could always reach out to us. They could always pick up the phone. We're always here for them. We're not just like leaving them. We're in this together, and their mental health matters to us. We're trying to roll them out now as a bi-weekly. The first roundup we just rolled them out as like one-off. We did like about 40 or 50 kits and we just dropped them off to the different locations. But this time around, we're going to do it twice. So that way we're reintegrating, we're picking up those rocks or picking up those letters, and then we'll go back out again. So it's just to re-engage them, know we're there, keep them motivated. I think the biggest thing we need to look at is that I always say to my clients, you have to find something in yourself that you like to do. Like, what is it that makes you the most happy? Is it drinking that cup of coffee when you wake up? Is it looking out the door, looking at the sun? Is it just having peace and quiet in your day? Like, it doesn't have to be these big things. It has to be something so simple that, you're grateful that you just get to have that one thing every day that you enjoy to do, and try to use that and say, like, this is, thank you. I get to have my walk today that made me feel so good. Like, it really doesn't have to be the big things. It doesn't have to be like I got, bought a new item. It has to be something very simple. So I think, it's tough because I think we all at some point feel, I too experienced that when I was redeployed. I felt defeated, and it was like I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I couldn't be in my happy place. I couldn't give back the way that I feel that at my best. But I know that for me myself, I love to run. So when I run, I'm able to sort of get out all those negative things that I've been feeling for that day, and then I'm empowered again to get up the next day and go at it. So it's finding that one little thing that, if it's art, if it's gardening, if it's going for a walk, if it's talking to someone on the phone, if it's reaching out to us, that empowers you to get through that day.